Alright, so here's our second video, and it's the exact same example, exact same type of question, different example. Use the substitution method to find the solution to the following system of equations. Now, I always like doing this, I always want to label my equations, so I'm going to say this one is 1, and this one is 2. Now, if you remember from the first video, the first thing you want to do, the first step, is solve for one of the variables. So again, if you look around, we have a 2x, a 5y, an x, and a 3y. Which one looks easiest to solve for? Well, if you said x, then you're correct. So let's start off with that. First step, solve for our variable. X plus 3y equals 3. What do I need to do to get x by itself? Subtract 3y, rewrite it, and you get x equals negative 3y plus 3. So we got the first step done. What's the next step? Well, now that we have one equation, we can plug it into the other equation. So let's plug this one into equation number 2. So let me write down into equation number 1. Let me write down equation number 1, 2x plus 5y equals negative 5. Remember, this one comes from up here, and this one goes straight down here. So what can I plug in? Well, right before this, we just solved for x, so why don't we plug that in right there. So let me write this as 2 times, plug in the whole, what does x equal to? Negative 3y plus 3. And then plus, just bring everything down, 5y. So again, just to clear things up a little bit, 2 comes down. This x is what we substituted, so this is the part that changed. And then the 5y just goes straight down, equals negative 5. Bring this straight down. So let's continue to solve for this. Let me scoot this up a little bit. You distribute, so you get negative 6y plus plus 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 5y equals negative 5. And if you keep going, you can get negative 6y plus the 5y, which is going to be negative y. Then you subtract the minus 6, subtract the minus 6, equals negative 11. Now here's a trick question. Are we done yet? If you said no, you are correct. There's a negative 1 here. We need to get rid of that negative 1. Divide both sides by negative 1. This becomes positive, so you get y equals 11. So here's our first one. We got the first one down. Now it's time to go on to the third step. We have y. What do we need to solve for now? Well, we need to solve for x. So let me rewrite the equations down again because it kind of got lost up there. It was 2x plus 5y equals negative 5, and x plus 3y equals 3. And this one was equation 1, this one was equation 2. So now that we have y equals 11, we can actually plug it into either one of those equations to see which one it works. I think I'm going to use number 2 again because you want to keep it simple. So x plus 3 times 11 equals 3. All we had to do was plug in that 11 right here from this equation over here. What's 3 times 11? Well, this is exactly why I chose this one. X plus 33 equals 3, because 3 times 11 is just 33. Now what do we need to do? Subtract 33. Subtract 33. We get x equals negative 30. So now we have our two solutions. We have x equals negative 30. Remember, it's alphabetical, so it's x comma y. And y equals 11. And that's it. That's our solution. Remember, of course, the fourth step would be to plug those solutions in and check your work. Make sure you do that because there is no reason why you should get the answers wrong. So after this, go ahead and start the classwork, and then when you're done with that, make sure that everyone in your group finishes the work, and then you can continue on to part 3 of the project.